Day 50 of my 30-day van conversion challenge. Today I'm doing something that I've been dreading, which is installing the diesel heater. I spent the morning watching lots of YouTube videos on how to do this. This is where I was hoping to be able to install it. I had a quick look at where I wanted to position the fuel tank. It needed to be accessible, but I didn't want it to be too close to the electrics. I decided to put it round here, but mounted a bit higher. I drilled a hole through the bottom of the tank for the fuel line, and then I needed to pass this connector through the inside of the tank to come out of the hole. I tried threading the fuel line through so that I could attach the connector to it and then pull it through, but it wouldn't work, so I ended up doing it with electrical cable instead. I secured the connector with a nut and then started cutting out ply to use to build a box for the heater to sit on. I wanted to build the box just so that there were fewer holes that I needed to drill through the floor of the van. This is the base plate that normally sits on the floor, which is going to sit on my box instead. I drilled holes in the lid for each of the pipes, but eventually realised that it wasn't going to work having singular holes, so I had to recut it as one big hole. I realised this big thing was underneath the van, very close to where I wanted to drill the hole, so I ended up having to change the layout. So the heater's going to be this way round instead, which I actually think works better because it means that the hot air valve is going to be a bit more hidden. I don't have any great hole saw bits, so I decided to use my step drill bit instead. Having now done this, I definitely don't recommend it. I spent hours doing this. I called in for reinforcements because it was taking too long, and we kept having to stop because the drill bit was getting too hot. At some point I was taking a break and moved on to starting to fit the fuel line. I attached the base plate to the diesel heater and then started fitting this black tube onto the fuel tank, the heater, the pump and the filter. You can just push this on and then it comes with these clips that you can use to secure it in place. At the very end of the day, the floor holes were finally big enough, so I filed them down and rust protected them. I came inside for the evening with the full intention of sewing my seat covers, but instead I'm in bed watching a TV show, so I'll be back tomorrow with day 51.